and everything for sure.
Hilarious. All right, so we wanted to have a conversation about kind of the shift in the market and what we're seeing out there. Are appraisals coming in for you? Are you having any appraisal issues? Is it so competitive out there that realtors are just throwing comps out the window and saying, asking price, let's go for it?
Yeah, we're kind of seeing, I wouldn't say the bidding wars are back, but and not with me, but within my team, within the office, I've heard a few stories just in the last couple of weeks. So it's a good topic you brought up, that appraisals came in low. And not only that buyers have written offers $30,000 over list price to get beat out. Sometimes by other cash buyers, but just by other conventional buyers, and maybe $35,000 over. So it's either the listing agent's not pricing it accurately, and maybe they're not pulling comps when they price it, but combined with the perfect storm of having the low inventory and supply with the buyer demand, which is always the case with low interest rates, obviously, we've been seeing some appraisals come in low. And sometimes it's the appraiser's fault, to be honest with you. I've seen an appraisal come in $100,000 below, and then a month later go back into escrow, nothing changed with the property, and it came in at value. So it was, whether it's female, male, different city, different part of town, it just depends experience.
They're people at the end of the day.
They're people at the end of the day, exactly, and they have their good and bad days, and you have to walk a real fine line when you meet these appraisers, which I always do. I recommend that to all listing agents. Meet the appraiser, talk to them on the phone, build some rapport, kind of pre-screen them a little bit, but never get involved with their ego, because they do have an ego. They know what they're doing. It's their job. You don't want
you can't tell them what to do.
Tell them what to do, but I keep the comps in my back pocket, and here you go. Have a great day. You have any questions, give me a call. Kind of give them the wink, or they give me the wink, knowing that we're fine. It's going to be okay. But
you get winks, bro?
I get winks from appraisers all the time. It's like, don't worry about this, Joel. This is fine. But if I don't hear that when I'm walking out the door, then I'm kind of cornering him and going, are you sure you saw the one down the street? Because I've walked in it. These appraisers don't go in the properties.
Right.
And
and at the end of the day, they're just looking to produce an appraisal, get paid, and move on. They have no ties to your transaction.
Correct.
I mean, to note, appraisers get paid as soon as the inspection is done. They can care less if your transaction closes.
That's absolutely correct, yeah.
So how low are you seeing these appraisals come in when they came in low? We saw, I think ours just came in, 15% under asking price, or after contract price. But it was a scenario where we rebutted it, meaning that we went back to the lender and say, no, go back, look at the comps, let's see what we got here, and still came back at the exact same. We ordered another appraisal, which just hasn't come back yet. At what point is it the person writing the offer that needs to be running comps? So the person when you write an offer for somebody, is there some assumption that goes into the price that's listed, or do you have to go back and look at comps?
Yeah, when I'm representing a buyer on the buyer side, and my buyer locates a property they really love, and they go, Joel, I want to write an offer, and hopefully they ask me, what do you think I should write an offer at? Because if they don't ask that question, they're just writing it off of what they're comfortable writing the offer at, and they could lose out on the property, or they could overbid on the property. So I go back to my desk, I do my research, I do my homework per se, show them all the comps, and kind of recommend almost like a window. I think offering between $550 and $565 is fair market value. We're in that kind of market. If you write below, you can get outbid and potentially lose this home. Do you mind? Would you be able to sleep at night knowing you lost the home? At the same time, you don't want to write an offer over. But again, we're facing an inventory crisis. I just pulled the numbers an hour ago. We have about 6,300 homes on the market, detached and condos, when normal markets anywhere 12,000 homes on the market at one time.
So is that why appraisers are maybe having a difficult time, because there's just not comps right now?
There's just not comps right now, yeah. And kind of the flips are kind of dying off a little bit. So the flips were setting the comps for a while because they were brand new, renovated homes in those neighborhoods. And those flips are kind of dying out a little bit. There are still some flips out there, some investor-owned properties, but not many. And not many short sales that aren't throwing it off there. So I'm not really quite sure why they're coming in so low. It's just a little combination of everything. But I think you're right. Maybe the buyer's agents aren't pulling the comps right and
just making some assumptions based on list price. Because I think a lot of listing agents will look at, the market's appreciating, let's just throw an extra $30,000-$40,000 on what we thought was a good price. You offer that price and you realize you're $40,000 off.
Yeah, because that bank is, as you know, as lenders, as you guys, the bank is not going to fund the loan unless they have those 3 sold comps and 3 actives to compare it to. So no matter what the appraiser does, if they can't provide that information, that data to the underwriter, the appraiser underwriter, the deal's not going to get funded. So why even go that far, waste that much time?
Yeah, there's no smoke and mirrors in lending anymore. You can't just sneak stuff by.
Correct.
Believe me, you can't sneak anything by. We find out stuff about people that no one would ever know.
Correct, right.
So very good stuff, Joel. I think you shed some light on kind of the transition of the market and kind of where we're at this point. There's an article that you pulled up. These are the 20 hottest housing markets in the U.S. and California, San Diego is one of them. So I wanted to talk through that a little bit and kind of get your perspective.
Yeah, this is on CNN Money. They came out with this article last week. I thought it was really interesting. I actually shared it on social media. Top 20 cities in the U.S., the hottest markets, and I guess hottest means the fastest moving markets. And what's interesting is 8 of them are in California. But what's more interesting, the top 5 are in California, from San Francisco, Oakland, San Diego being number 4. So what makes San Diego a hot market? Again, I believe it's not just that our dollar is stronger and the economy and the job growth and unemployment's lower and all those things that are kind of combined, which and the millennials are now buying and the baby boomers are going down or retiring or whatever the case is. I still think it comes down to it's Southern California, it's the climate, everyone wants to live here, and there's not many homes on the market, so homes are flying quick. So when homes are flying quick, the absorption rate, gets absorbed pretty quickly, and it just leaves little lack of inventory to where someone could be priced out of the market pretty quick, unless you have a diligent agent, a knowledgeable agent up front who gets you that offer accepted.
Yeah, no, that all makes sense. And in terms of, so for us on the lending side of it, there's things in place that can't let a housing market get out of control, I think, at this point, meaning, quick appreciation in terms of people being able to afford homes. Are you seeing a push now, maybe in the last month or two, in values, or are we kind of stabilized at this point? Because I know that these articles, I mean, you can read 5 different articles, and we'll be listed different numbers on the top 10.
Right.
What are you feeling out there?
I pulled up another article, speaking of articles, and they're saying that there's a little, 5%, I think, year over year from February to February in appreciation in price increase. What I've always thought is that, 2010, 11, pretty much bottom of the market, short sales, distressed properties everywhere. Suddenly in 2013, prices just ramped up all the way, kind of flattened out over 2014. I didn't see too much spiking. And then I think January, December, this last January, December, kind of slow too. But literally when February came and now March and now we're in April, we are seeing some price increases. I have a property come on the market I'll be talking about later. I thought it would be worth $720. We're going to put on the market at $800 now because there's some recent comps that are showing that, and also the buyer demand. And we're a little bit nervous about the appraisal too.
Right.
Can it appraise at $800? So, but we're going to take that risk.
And in terms of like buyers that you're mentioning, maybe short sales before those people entering the market again, do we have a bunch of people wanting to get in the market and just no homes to sell at this point? Is that what? Lack of inventory is one of the main things in this article.
It is, especially for a first-time buyer or someone who's in that $450,000 and under, or even $350,000 and under is even that much tougher. There's still good neighborhoods available where you can get a detached home, from even Escondido to Spring Valley, City Heights, even La Mesa, you can Santee, for example. But
are you seeing people having to go further away from where
yes.
they wanted to in order to get what they want?
Absolutely. Yeah,
okay.
They're having to go further away. And most of it is either inland north or inland south or South Bay. You used to be able to go to Claremont and get a home for that price, but now Claremont is just crazy. They're all $600,000 now for everything in Claremont, $580,000 and up.
Okay, and in terms of different areas, where's your team cover? Do you have people that cover certain areas, or do you guys kind of just all cover San Diego County?
I do, yeah. We have an agent who predominantly works North Park, one who works the SDSU College area, 2 who work the Pacific Beach and or coastal areas. We're starting to tap into the luxury market a little bit now. We've got some big listings coming up, but speaking for myself, I take business wherever it is, just primarily on my internet marketing. I get leads from Zillow and Trulia and all these other sites and my own company website, and also referrals and past clients. And I'm all over the place. So I was in Otay Ranch yesterday morning, and I was in Carmel Valley at the end of the day. 2 different buyers, 2 different sellers.
And when you say you're all over the place, but also like in order and always put together and always doing what you're supposed to be doing. So there's a difference between all over the place and all over the place.
Yeah, I'm all over the map.
You're a well put together all over the place. All right.
Right.
So I want to give out your contact information, Joel. If anybody's listening, give out your contact info for them.
Yeah, Joel Blumenfeld. My phone number is 619-508-2192, and my website is joelblumenfeld.com.
Sounds good, brother. Thank you so much.